Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from Bella Lost Souls with
Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
We're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. Evan.
Terraforming Mars.
Yes, Terraforming.
Yes.
So this is not new though.
This is not a new game. It came out last year.
It did.
Wide release last year. However, it was out of print for a very long time, Stronghold Games.
And
it is finally back.
It's finally back.
I did not get a chance to buy it before it sold out.
I heard so many good things about this game.
It's been on like the hot list for BGG Con for forever. We're overhyping it right now, but it's a fantastic game. It's so much fun.
That's awesome.
And it's a good game too for not only people who like board games, but also like the science-friendly lover. You know, lovers of science.
Sure.
Because it's very scientific based.
Oh, cool.
So
Terraforming Mars.
You are terraforming a planet. How can it not be cool?
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about Total Recall right now. It's probably not the right frame of mind, but I'm excited about this one. So let's take a look inside Terraforming Mars. Terraforming Mars time.
Yes.
I'm excited about this one.
Terraforming a planet. All right, here's the
backside. Backside. Here we go.
All the components. You're gonna have the big map that has Mars, and then you're gonna have player boards. We'll see this in a second, but it goes over what the concept of the game is. Each player is playing a different corporation that's gone to Mars to terraform it.
Yep.
It's kind of a cooperative game.
Coopetition
game. You're all your objective is to terraform the planet, but whoever does it the best, whichever corporation does it the best, wins in the end. Here's the rulebook. We'll go over that later.
We'll go over that later.
Yeah.
Come back.
Here are all the cubes.
Wow.
I'm gonna open this big baggie. Hold on one second.
Can we just, I was gonna say, can we take a look? And there's extra baggies, which you always appreciate.
So the translucent ones, these are the color translucent. These are the player cubes. You'll place them down on tiles on the board to be able to tell who owns what.
Okay.
But then we have resource cubes. So that's like gold,
minerals, and
I think that's like.
So these are resources.
Just the resources, yeah. Same with the silver. I think this is titanium in the game.
Wow.
Yeah, those are resources. These are the trackers that we're gonna place on the board to keep track of. There's 3 elements.
These are not edible.
No, those are not sugar cubes.
These are not. I was a little disappointed at first.
Yeah, I'll get you some sugar cubes later.
Okay. And then these are just other players. There's the clear ones.
Now, the cool part about this game is there are like 300 or something cards in this game.
We're not going to open them all up.
There's not an identical card in this game.
Wait, what?
They're all different.
That's a lot.
We'll go over it in a second because I want to show you the board before we do anything.
Okay.
These are the player cards. This is the 6 resources that each corporation has to be able to further the terraforming of Mars.
And these are one for each player?
One for each player. They're exactly the same, front and back.
Okay.
There is money, iron or workers, titanium, greenery, power, and heat.
Okay.
And you'll see some arrows too, like you can turn power into heat.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Or you can turn leaves into trees.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
They do the oxygen thing, I hear.
Yes. They do that oxygen thing. At the very bottom, let's just go ahead and, can you pull that out?
Yep. These
there
tokens?
We go. These are
punch outs.
These are like land things that go on.
Yeah,
so there's the greenery, the water.
So as you terraform Mars, you flip those over.
And there are special ones too. These are the cities you can put down, stuff like that.
Okay, little biomes.
Yeah. Now I want to show you the map. The map is the most important part.
Okay.
If you want to move that box.
Yes.
Welcome to Mars. So, a couple things on this map. There are 3 objectives. You want to first fill up all the water, and that's the like slightly blue spots.
Okay.
You want to have up to 14% oxygen in the atmosphere. That's enough for humans to survive. And then you want the temperature to be at least +8 degrees Celsius, which is about what Iceland gets on like an average.
Okay, so that's just the heat first.
Yeah. Once all those 3 things are completed, the game ends. Because it's terraformed. There are ways, the ways you score points is by increasing, anytime you increase one of these, like you place down a water tile, you increase it by 1 or however many temperature, and oxygen, you go up on the tracker, which is around the...
Okay, so if you yourself happen to
place down,
those, that's like...
Yeah.
If
I had a card that was like, hey, place down the water.
Increase the water by 1, then I get the point, and that makes me go, okay.
Well, there's so many ways, other ways to get points. There's milestones. If you're the first one to place down 3 greenery, you get a milestone by paying 8. Or there's awards, and awards are kind of like, I bet at the end of the game I will get the scientist award, which I think is having the most projects. Okay. But it costs you a whopping 20 if you're on the third
funder. Okay.
Funder, yeah. So it's cheap early on because it's up in the air who's going to get what.
Sure, sure.
But towards the end of the game, if you know, like, oh, I'm getting pretty close, I can pay 20.
Yeah.
But, so yeah.
That could tip the game balance up.
Yeah, it really can. Now, the map is a set map. Where you can place water tiles is set because they're based off of, like, valleys and stuff like that.
Okay, okay.
There's also some areas up here, like, you can put...
Phobos Space Haven and Ganymede Colony, which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
All right.
But one of the really cool parts about it is all these labelings, like the Solus, Planum, or is it Planum?
Yeah.
Planum. They're all actual descriptors of the planet of Mars.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And what we'll find out in these cards too, they're all scientific based as well.
Okay, so this is all based on the actual planet.
Yeah,
very cool.
It's what they did for the Stronghold games is they actually hired, I can't remember, he's on the front of the box, I believe, Dr. Robert Zubrin. He is the president of Mars Society, and he was hired to actually help out with the making of the game. So
very cool.
Yeah, it's very scientific based. I want to open up this pack of cards.
I have a question real quick while you're doing that too. Do the corporations have names, or do the players name their own corporations?
There are generic corporations, and then there are cards that allow you to be other kinds of corporations that have different abilities.
Okay.
Let's see if this pack I just opened up.
The reason I'm asking that is because I want to submit my name.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'd like to be Koenig Core.
Koenig Core?
Yeah. It's a total recall joke. Koenig Core.
So, there are 3 different kinds of cards.
We're in the air. Okay.
There are green ones, which are lasting effects. There are red ones, which are one-time effects, like the release of inert gases. Or there are blue ones, which apparently... there they are. These are abilities you can use.
Ooh,
so during your turn, you can play down however many cards or...
And they're all different.
Yeah. You can do as much as you can during your turn as you have resources available to you. Ooh. So playing down more blue cards will allow you to do more things. Like I can spend 7 gold to get a power resource.
Okay.
Or
and then you can spend those to get heat, to up the temperature, to score points.
This one is just a simple 2 victory points at the end of the game, but there's a caveat. You have to have oxygen at 5% or less
to score it.
To play it.
Okay.
So if you have this later in the game, it's kind of worthless. Or the release of inert gases, raise your terraform rating by 2 steps, which allows you to get more victory points towards the end.
So now they all have different effects that are going to be on the card.
There are prices at the top corner because you are buying these cards. There's a buy phase where you buy all the cards and then you can play them.
Okay.
Other than that, it's a very simple game. All the rules are really... I mean, we'll go over the rule book here in a second, but most of the rules are in the cards themselves.
Okay, so it's one of those type of games. You just have your core mechanics, and then the cards are going to help change stuff on the board.
Exactly, yeah.
Very cool. Let's go ahead and pause real fast and then look at the actual rule book. This is the rule book here for Terraforming Mars.
Yes. So just
open it up. Evan, just jump on it. Here we go.
All right. Game overview, global parameters. So yeah, background. There's not much else to say about these 2 pages.
Real quick too. It's just full color.
Yeah.
It's not a very big book.
No, it really isn't. It is a complex game, but like I said earlier, it's mostly in the cards.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff. The impact comes from what the cards do, actions from the cards. But like Evan said, it's very straightforward in terms of the core mechanics.
Yeah.
The complexity comes from a lot of the cards.
Yeah, so there is the game board, tiles, we can skip over that, markers. So there's copper, silver, gold, that's what it was. And these are just the different monies. Player markers, and then temperature, oxygen,
those are the
generation
just
markers, and then first player marker.
Yep. Which is on Mars.
Going up. Player boards, we talked about that pretty briefly, we don't need to. Cards, like I said, there's 3 different kinds of cards. This is what I was talking about. You can choose a different starting corporation. So this is
these are the corporations.
Tharsis Republic.
If you want to change up the type of gameplay. Okay.
Yeah, each corporation starts off with a different amount of money at the beginning. There are generic corporations if you want to just start off with something easy.
Yeah.
But they'll have a different starter amount, and then they'll also have different abilities that they can do throughout the game.
Okay.
Which adds a lot of variety, really.
Setup.
Setup is very simple. Generations. This is kind of the whole overarching round. A whole generation is when everyone has done all their actions.
Okay. So instead of like a full game term, it's just called a generation.
It's called a generation, yeah. Okay. It's kind of cool. And one of the things too, we'll get over this in a second, but this is a solo game. You can play this in solitaire mode, and the way you do that is it's however many points you score at a certain generation. So you're trying to score the most points before a generation hits.
To see if you can. Okay.
Yeah. Actions. You can play a card from your hand. That's A. You can do this in any order too, which is important to know.
Oh,
A. You can play any card from your hand. Where did B go? Oh, B. Use a standard project, which is one of the blue cards. You can like use one of those.
Okay.
Claim a milestone if you have achieved it. Fund an award. Funding is like if you buy cards.
That was like the landlord or the ones down the bottom right of the board.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Using a standard project is different from using a blue card. Using a standard project. Oh, okay. So at the bottom, the awards kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Convert plants into greenery. Convert heat into temperature, which are on your game board, and that's about it.
Okay. But these are all based. What's interesting about Terraforming Mars, it is actually based in a lot of science, and it's the game rules kind of reflect that.
Yeah.
So this sounds really cool, man. I definitely want to give it a shot.
Into the game. It's not too complex, but it is kind of a heavier game, I guess you could say.
Well, you can. It's nice though because it actually keeps score as you're playing.
Yeah.
Because it's got the tracker around the board.
Now the corporate era expansion that you see on the box of the game, it actually extends the game. So if you're finding that an hour to 120 minutes is not long enough for you, you can actually
have more Mars.
Yeah, you can expand the game. There is a solo version, and then there's also a draft version, which is very fun. But that's of course suggested for people who have played before and know.
I would not recommend the draft for your first game.
Yeah. Symbols, just a quick reference guide, what every symbol means.
Yep.
And then the
That's
back.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
I'm ready to play, dude.
Yeah, let's do it.
So stoked
Let's
about it.
terraform a planet.
Let's do it. I've been waiting for this game to come back out
For a long time,
for
yeah.
a while, so let's hop out for a recap so we can start playing. Well, that was Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh my god.
I want to play it right now. Can we just?
Sure.
We're just
Cut.
gonna stop. All right, just kidding. But yeah, Terraforming Mars. Let's crunch some numbers on this one real
Yeah.
quick. Again, man, we just want to go through it.
Yeah.
1 to 5 players.
Yes.
As we saw.
So you can't play solo, like
Can't
we
play
talked
solo.
about. Yep.
What's the runtime on this one?
Usually an hour to 120 minutes. It's a bit of a longer game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
And then it is 12 and up.
Yes.
So just
It's
some of
not
the
through
complex-
violence, but it is
Yeah.
a complex game, and
some of the steps you just gotta keep
yeah,
track of. So.
yeah.
It seems about
Small
right.
pieces too. There are small
Yeah,
pieces,
but you don't eat those.
No,
That's
please
bad.
don't.
And this one is from Stronghold Games.
Yes.
What's the price point on
It
this
is
one?
$69.99
Yeah, makes sense.
for the pieces you get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For what you get in the box, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It's appropriate pricing. So, and again, this one is not a new game.
No.
But it is back in stock, finally.
The box does come with the corporate era expansion. All the base game does, and then there's another expansion out. 2 expansions, but they're packaged together called Elysium and
I don't remember the other
don't remember the other, but they're new maps. They're the other
Yeah.
side of Mars and then the South Pole of Mars as well. So
Awesome.
yeah,
So,
there's
yeah,
plenty to do for this game.
plenty to do for this game. It's got a lot of awesome expansions
Yes.
too, so go check those out. Also, but this one's back in stock. You gotta play it.
Yes, it's a fantastic
It's
game.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I'm AdamHarry from Bulls.
I'm Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks for watching.
Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.